Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Now, history was made in Philadelphia last night when the Democratic Party officially nominated Hillary Clinton as the first woman to lead a major party's presidential ticket. Tonight, on stage, the man whose own presidential run made history 8 years ago, Barack Obama. From race and justice to America's place in an uncertain world, the tropes of his presidency have loomed large over this year's election. Among the key speakers at the Democratic convention, a group of mothers whose children died at the hands of police. Kylie Morris is in Philadelphia. Kylie.
Yes, John, last night, I think this convention has been about, throughout the week, building block by block the case for Hillary Clinton. So we had this very high-energy moment, to use a Trumpism, when we saw Hillary Clinton actually finally nominated. But before that, we heard speaker after speaker making the case for Hillary Clinton as a change agent. Indeed, the placards read, change maker. Of course, no one seeks change more keenly than the parents of young African American men and women who've been killed by the police. There was a very potent moment last night on stage when mothers of the movement, some of the mothers of that movement, appeared to endorse Hillary Clinton. They had high expectations of her, that she will be able to build on Barack Obama's legacy. But I think the main message to take away from last night was that after all the rebellion, after all the arguments about policy, after the rebellion led by Bernie Sanders, that finally this was Hillary Clinton's party.
It's an incredible night for American history.
It was one to remember. On the giant screen, center stage, they flipped through the faces of presidents past, all of them men, before Hillary Clinton appeared as though on an intergalactic intercom, floating to Earth to acknowledge her glass-shattering nomination.
Thanks to you and to everyone who's fought so hard to make this possible. And if there are any little girls out there who stayed up late to watch, let me just say, I may become the first woman president, but one of you is next. Thank you all. I can't wait to join you in Philadelphia.
In America, only 5% of top company executives are women, and only 1 in 5 parliamentarians are women.
From the great state of South Dakota.
So in the roll call that confirmed the votes for Hillary state by state,
50 champion votes.
Women counted out a seismic shift.
Arizona.
For Arizona, it fell to Jerry Emmett, who's 102, to make the call.
And 51 votes for the next president of the United States of America, Hillary Rodham Clinton.
When she was born, women couldn't even vote. On the floor, there were tears, too, for Bernie, as his brother, who lives in Oxford, paid tribute to the senator's revolution.
It is with enormous pride that I cast my vote for Bernie Sanders.
In a victory for party unity, it was the senator from Vermont who was cast to declare Hillary Clinton the Democratic nominee.
And I move that Hillary Clinton be selected as the nominee of the Democratic Party for President of the United States.
In this through-the-looking-glass election, it fell to one of the most familiar faces in American politics to render his wife brand new.
In the spring of 1971, I met a girl.
Bill Clinton told their love story, but skipped through any awkward times or extramarital affairs. Hillary may be gold-plated establishment, but he argues that at her core, she's an agent for change.
For this time, Hillary is uniquely qualified to seize the opportunities and reduce the risk we face. And she is still the best darn change maker I have ever known.
Beyond the cheering hordes in downtown Philadelphia, at least outside this party, Democrats were dancing in the street at news of Hillary's nomination.
Just shows the growth and the process that we have made in society, and that we don't confine women to traditional stereotypical roles.
She's the first woman. Is she the rights woman?
I am talking to lots of voters in my community here in Pennsylvania, and folks are excited about Hillary. Women are excited about Hillary, and people are terrified about the option on the other side.
For these women, the nomination of Hillary Clinton is personal and political. As mothers of young black men and women killed by the police, they were greeted by chants of Black Lives Matter when they took the stage to lend their support to the candidate who has championed their cause.
She knows that when a young black life is cut short, it's a national loss. It's a loss that diminishes all of us.
We asked the mother of Michael Brown, who was killed by police in Ferguson, why she's backing Hillary.
Because she's a mother and a grandmother, but before all of that, she's a woman, and she does value life differently than some people do.
Tonight, the country's first African-American president, Barack Obama, will tell the convention it's Hillary's turn to lead the campaign for hope and change.
Well, now, one mother who lost a son in a police shooting is Valerie Castile. Her son, Philando, was shot dead in his car by a police officer earlier this month. We'll be hearing from her in a moment. But first, I should warn you, we're about to show some distressing scenes about what happened. Philando Castile was described by co-workers as a warm and kind-hearted man who cooked for the kids at a Montessori school in Minnesota.
Stay with me. We got pulled over for a busted tail light in the back.
Directly after Philando was shot, his girlfriend live-streamed the scene from inside the car. Her 4-year-old daughter sitting in the back seat, the policeman who shot him standing at the window.
You told him to get his ID, sir, and his driver's license. Oh my God, please don't tell me he's dead.
Even after police removed her from the car and she's handcuffed, she keeps talking to anyone watching on Facebook.
They threw my phone, Facebook.
Which is how Philando's relatives and friends discovered he was dead. Well, joining us now from Minneapolis is Philando's mother, Valerie, and from Atlanta, her lawyer, Judge Glenda Hatchett. Valerie, how did you learn that your boy had died?
Well, my daughter, first of all, she's on Facebook or whatever, and she saw the live streaming of the actual event. I, on the other hand, I didn't know what was going on. I just heard her screaming and hollering through the house, and I was like, what's going on? What's going on? And she's like, my brother's dying. My brother's been shot. Oh, my God. He's on Facebook. He's dying. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So I immediately jumped up, and we just headed out the door. And I'm like, where? Where are they? Where are they? And we really couldn't get a fix on it until she said that it was a sign that stated Falcon Heights, you know, like entry into that little area. And I said, no, I know exactly where I'm going. And we arrived on the scene, and it was cordoned off, and the police, you know, they were of really no assistance to me because, first of all, they didn't know where he was, what hospital, because I was adamant about being with my son because I did not want my son to die by himself.
Forgive me interrupting, but did you ever talk to your son about how to behave, if ever in contact with the police?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's really a shame that we as African-American people, we have to have that talk with our sons and our daughters as to if you're approached by the police. Don't say anything. Do exactly what they ask you to do. Just comply. Comply, comply, comply. Because it has gotten to the point where this is a routine thing. Black people getting killed by a police officer, and there's no consequences. No one is held accountable. But I had that talk with my son. Yes, I did.
Right.
often.
Let me just talk now to your lawyer for a moment. Judge Glenda Hatchett, you're going to fight this case. What real chance?
Absolutely.
What real chance is that there will be justice? And what chance is there even that there will even be a trial?
Well, let me first of all explain that I will not have the responsibility for prosecuting the police officers. I am representing the family on the civil side, but I am doing everything I can to urge that there be a special prosecutor on behalf of the family. I've already made those formal requests. We will be making a formal request to the Department of Justice with the U.S. Attorney General, because we want all eyes on this case. I have to explain that this is a man who was employed, who was loved by his family, adored by the community, who all of his co-workers, all of the children loved him. He had no felony record. He was not combative. He was not fleeing from the police. He was still in his seatbelt when he was shot. He was permitted to have, he had a legal permit to have a gun. And so if this happens to someone who is in full compliance, how can it possibly be justified? And I am going to do everything in my power to raise the level of consciousness and visibility on this case, and we are going to be insisting that the prosecutor proceed vigorously on this case. There is no other alternative.
Let me just come back to you in a moment, go back to Valerie. Valerie, you must have been buoyed by what you saw on the platform of the Democrat convention, because it seems that the Democratic Party and its candidate are determined somehow to rectify this desperate imbalance.
Yes, it needs to stop, because we cannot coexist with this type of behavior. There needs to be accountability. It just can't continue to go on like this, because you don't know how it's going to end. It may not end well, because you have, on the other hand, people who are supposed to protect and serve you, and they're the ones that's actually committing crimes legally. And it has to stop. There has to be accountability.
Right.
This type of behavior shouldn't be going on with our police officers.
Valerie, let me ask your judge friend, Glenda. Judge, what chance do you really think that the establishment, and you're talking to the establishment, you're talking to the Justice Department, what chance they will comply and provide a special prosecutor and answer the requests you're making?
Well, I am very hopeful, and the reason that I am representing the Castile family is because I hope to use the credibility that I have nationally, and I am going to vigorously pursue this. We have asked not only the local district attorney, we've asked the state attorney general and the governor, all in a very formalized request for a special prosecutor.
Right.
There is enough for the Justice Department to come in and do a separate investigation of practices.
Right.
And what we believe has been a history of profiling African American citizens in this community.
Judge
so
Glenda Hatchett.
I operate from the side of hope, and we are going to work vigorously to make sure that this time is different.
Judge, thank you very, very much indeed for joining us. And Valerie Castile, thank you very much. And commiserations, and may you reach peace. Thank you very much.
I've been getting away with it.